Alright guys, RoKage here and welcome back to the brand new video. In today's video, soul leveling a rise will be the topic. So we're gonna cover two things. First of all, you have to be ready for the job change of Sung Jinwoo. I will explain one detail that in my opinion is the biggest tip that you can get. With the new job change, we are getting the new skill, so I will explain everything. And then after that, we're gonna check out the hunter buffs. They're pretty nuts overall, especially for Woo. So we're gonna go in full detail analysis related to the buffs, and hopefully you're gonna enjoy the video. Leave a like, subscribe. We're on a road to 50k. Less than 500 people left, so subscribe. 80% of you who are watching me aren't subscribed, so make sure to do it. It's for free, and you can always change your mind later on. So let me start with first the tip related to the Sung job change. So if you go into the fusion, you have the skill rune fragments. You fuse them to get a skill and the rune itself, right? My advice is, since we're getting the new skill and the runes itself for the Sung, my biggest tip that I can give you here, in my opinion, is that you try to save up as much as possible skill rune fragments and save up as much as possible heroic skill runes, rare runes, just so you're ready to go when the new job change drops. You have time, you have 3 weeks time. If you start saving up now, I believe you can get a pretty decent number until then, okay? So save up your skill rune fragments as much as possible, because when we get the new skill, you're gonna be able to fuse it from this. And as well, if you have a lot of rare skill runes that you can use right here, and if you have a lot of heroic skill runes, you can use it right here to have a chance to fuse a legendary ones. By that technique, let me call it like that, you're gonna be able to increase your chances to get that new skill as high as rarity as possible. So if you save up as much as possible skill rune fragments, if you save up as much as possible dupes for the rare and heroic runes, you have overall much higher chance that you get heroic and legendary brand new skill rune for the job change, okay? I believe it's crystal clear. I don't have to explain anything more related to this. So long story short, save up your skill rune fragments and save up your dupes for the rare and heroic runes, because like this you're gonna increase the chances that you get heroic and legendary brand new skill runes for the job change of Sung, which will be in 3 weeks time. So again, if you can do that, do it. If you think you really have to fuse, then go for it even before that. But that in my opinion, that's a pretty good tip related to that. Okay, now let me check out the hunter balance adjustments. Balance for certain hunters will be adjusted. So Sohyun got a buff, Woo got a buff, Choi got a buff, Cha got a buff, and Emma got a buff. So let's check the buffs. Sohyun, passive details. Before we didn't have this, now we have the magic reaction, which can decrease the target recovery rate by 4%, stacking up to 20 times. This can be really useful against the enemies who can heal up. Like this, you're gonna definitely lower the amount of healing. Advancement tier 1. Let's see, when kill shot hits, it activates the user's core attack and increases their core attack damage by 30% for 6 seconds. When the user's core attack hits, it grants the madness effect. Now this is what they implanted. When the user uses kill shot, oh, now it doesn't have to hit. Now it can just use the kill shot. It will activate the user's core attack and increase their core attack damage by 30%. When the user uses their core attack, it grants the madness effect. Madness effect, while the user uses hellfire, they gain a super armor effect as well. So that's a pretty nice thing, because now you don't have to hit an opponent and you're gonna still get those things. Definitely a nice buff for the advancement tier 1. Unfortunately, most of these buffs are connected with the actual dupes of the hunters. Unfortunately, it's like the people, dolphins and whales will benefit from this, not so much free-to-play players. Let's get real. Advancement tier 3, when trick shot hits, it grants the attack increase effect. Now it's when the user uses the trick shot, it grants the attack increase effect. That's pretty nice. Then we have kill shot, hellfire, perfect shot. They increase the skill range and adjust it to keep an enemy in sight until hitting the enemy. Trick shot and perfect shot decrease skill casting duration when casting skill. Okay, overall a pretty nice buff towards Yo. Now let's check out Woo. Passive details. When the user uses dash, it increases the damage of suppress, meditation of power, and iron fist by 30%. But now they added as well, grants them super armor. Decrease the cooldown of dash by 1 second. So again, survivability with that super armor is pretty nice. Then the second copy will increase the defense penetration by 10%, not 8. Advancement tier 5, they added this. When the user uses basic attack 4 times, it activates tier 3 passive. The basic passive effect activated by judgment skill effect in advancement tier will not be applied. Then we have Fist of Justice, which is a basic attack. It can deal now a weak break damage, which is nice. Suppress, they added when this skill hit, it inflicts stun on the target for 3 seconds. So now as well he can stun. Meditation of Power, when the user uses skill, it grants a shield equal to 2% of Woo defense to the team member for 20 seconds. That's a pretty nice buff because you're literally buffing your whole team. And now look at this. Advancement tier 1 to 5. Another level. Woo exclusive weapon. Okay. When the enemy enters break state, all team members win damage increased by 4, depending on the dupes, right? First dupe, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 12%, excluding the user of this skill. Damage increase values are applied differently depending on the advancement tier. So this is a pretty nice buff for the brand new Mirai. Okay, let's get real. This will be a nice buff for the Mirai, and now Woo, I would say it's pretty valuable just because of that. But again, it's connected with the dupes. More dupes you have, more valuable he's gonna be. Okay, so in my opinion, Woo got the best buff here, and now he has a high value in the win team. Okay, let's check out Choi. Passive details, the ultimate hunter increased the user's attack and defense penetration by 12. Now it's 16%. Nice buff. Advancement tier 2 increases the user's attack by 10. Now it's 12. I have him maxed, so I'm fine. Advancement tier 4 increases the user fire damage by 16%. Advancement tier 5, when the team fight mode, the cooldown of end of the days passes 1 point time faster and recharges power gauge by 0.4 every second. Now look at this. When in team fight mode, the cooldown of end of the days, rain of flames, and flame spear pass 2 times faster, and the power gauge recharges by 0.4 every second. That means overall much bigger damage. If we look at the percentages, Choi will be doing much bigger damage with this. Recharges core attack, this is the Spark, basic attack. Recharges core attack upon using Spark, basic attack 6 times. Now it's 4 times, okay? For the Rain of Flames, Mega Crater, and Flame Spear, they increase the skill hit range. So now Choi is better. I wouldn't say he's now the meta or anything like that, but for sure he will be providing even bigger overall DPS damage, especially the fire damage. Oh yeah, it's nice. It's nice buff for Choi as well. But Woo especially got a pretty nice buff because of this. When enters the break state, all team members win damage increase. That's a pretty nice support towards the win characters that's gonna drop, especially Mirai. Charm, the dancer, when the user lands a critical hit, it applies the Waltz of the Sword effect. Now look at this. When this skill hits, it applies the Waltz of the Sword effect. Cooldown is now 12 seconds. And when this skill hits, it becomes unrecoverable. Ooh, wow, that's a nice buff. So anti-heal already with the dancer. Oh, Chai is getting pretty nice buff from here, not gonna lie. Waltz of the Sword, they added this. In team fight mode, the duration becomes 6 seconds. Nice. So it will be even longer and everything else. So providing even bigger damage overall, and as well providing anti-heal that before it didn't. Emma Laurent, of course, got the buff as well. Passive details, heat emission. At 15 instances, the heat emission effect applies to team members as well. After, it will also increase their fire damage by 7.77%. So not only she will provide that heat emission effect to the team members, right? That's more damage overall. It will add even more fire damage by 7.77%, especially when you have like fire units. This will be like super broken. Advancement tier 3 applies 5 instances of heat absorption when entering the stage. Oh, nice. Immediately you get that heat absorption and the 5 instances. Display shield effect when gaining shield through heat absorption. Okay, guys, so we can conclude, in my opinion, Yo got a nice buff overall. Woo got the most broken buff, especially with this part. He became now the support for the wind characters, and they've done this for the Mirai, and he's buffing pretty crazy overall. Okay, Choi, even bigger damage now, providing even bigger DPS. Cha, bro, for me, one of my favorite buffs here. That anti-heal can be extremely useful, and especially that duration is extended, overall providing even bigger damage. And then Emma providing even bigger damage for everyone else. That's a pretty nice passive. And as well, heat absorption now instances will be super easy when you have that advancement tier 3. Okay, guys, hopefully you did enjoy the video. Tell me your opinions. In my opinion, Woo is now worth it, especially for your new wind character Mirai. I really didn't invest in him, and I won't invest for a while until I get the dupes. Without dupes, he won't be anything too special yet, like I already said. All those buffs are pretty much more towards the Dolphins and the Whales / pay-to-win players, and the free-to-plays will still suffer, I would say. So we're gonna see in future, but they're doing the good job here. They're doing their best to provide the buffs to make those characters more usable. And as you can see, we are the ones who are testing things the most, and then when we are dissatisfied, they buff it even more. Okay, guys, hopefully you did enjoy the video. Leave a like, subscribe, your opinions in the comment section below. Again, I repeat, please, guys, in my eyes, wait out until the new job change. Gather as much as possible skill rune fragments, save up the dupes, because who knows, you can get extremely lucky and get the day 1, if you save it up, the day 1 legendary brand new skill, and I believe that would be insane advantage. Okay, guys, with this we're gonna end the video. Hope you did enjoy it. Subscribe. See you next one. Bye.